So this is a bit of a bonus video, if you say, because I usually don't cover this kind of stuff. But I guess, well, since this is an extra content channel and and there's has bonus content in the channel banner, I guess why not? I mean, this stuff won't go as far to like me doing. I mean, the furthest this will probably go will be like Q&A. I'm not gonna like use this channel for challenges and other dumb crap. I mean, if I want to do games, I have a gaming channel, so yeah. But like, yeah. So this is a bit of a story. So fast forward to like rewind the clock to today is the 19th. Rewind the clock to like 13th or 14th. So like rewind the clock to like last Sunday night, like about a week ago. And I was just editing, and I was just in bed, just listening to music, editing, and just editing a picture of the Nami Madobe. And little did you know, this picture actually is that the picture that I was editing actually became this picture, which in fact somehow became my channel profile picture and banner, or part of it. So, very interesting. And yeah, so then I was like, so then when I was done, I mean, I was gonna fully color it, but it was getting a little late, so I was just like, if I color this rest of the Nami in, I'll just do it in the morning. I should get some sleep. And well, I was thinking about a lot of different things, like, for example, a, and this isn't, what I'm about to say is actually something I was thinking about doing, but if I do, I'm not going to share publicly because the corporate overlords would probably mail me like a dozen DMCA's if I actually made this publicly available. A version of Windows 7 that basically was Windows 7 but in SteelOS 3. Like you just take SteelOS 3 and then just chuck Windows 7 on top of it. This kind of gives you a bit of an idea of what Windows 7 looks like, but as you can tell from here, in this section, this is actually Windows 10. I've got window blinds and OpenShell on here. So it looks a lot like Windows 7, but it's actually Windows 10. But it looks so, but like if I go to PowerShell here, which I'm using to host a Discord bot, notice that this looks a lot like Windows 7, so yeah. I used Windows 10 because Windows 11 destroys the amount of, because Windows 11 purely destroys the amount of realism, and also because it, well, can also because it messed up the file system on this computer. Seriously? Why does Microsoft have to be like, oh yeah, this is the next generation of Windows? And then on this slightly older computer, and keep in mind, this isn't a really old computer. It's actually was built like the same year that Windows 11 was announced and released. So it's not that old because it's 2021. And the file system was like, nope. I couldn't like do anything. Like I tried to open the context menu, I'd pretty much crash Explorer. Great job, Microsoft. I can't wait for like Windows 12 or whatever the next release is gonna be, where where I can't even open Edge without causing a blue screen of death. Oh, and I'll be staying on Windows 10 on this computer. Thank you. I don't care if it's gonna be out of service in like 2 years. I mean, I want to. I mean, I'm gonna try and wait it out and see. I will try. Basically, what I'll do is I will try to wait it out as long as possible. I'm gonna try to use Windows 10 for as long as possible I have to before giving up and upgrading. Also, and yes, that does say Adobe Premiere 2022. Why do I even? Okay, it's actually Adobe Premiere Elements 2022, but I thought there was a perfect opportunity for a joke that most people wouldn't understand, although the people that know a lot about OS would actually understand. But anyway, that's another thing. But like, I then proceeded to get in bed, and then something interesting was happening. I was, I didn't really feel asleep, and I didn't feel like I was tired. I tried to get sleep, but nothing happened. I mean, I tried for like hours before like it got to 5 a.m. I was still awake. And like 5:30, I was just like, I don't think I'm actually gonna get to sleep, so I'm just gonna be up for the day. So yeah, I got no sleep in a day. Now this was directly after a trip that I'm not gonna say anything about. All you will know is that this trip was used to focus on SteelOS 3, and that I was in a completely different location, which is a 7 hour or so drive from where I am. It's at least a 5 hour one, for starters. So, it's not very. So, yeah, and also it was in state, so keep in mind. Keep in mind, I don't live in like Texas or California. No, I'm on the exact opposite side of those states. I'm not gonna say which state I live in though, because that is just pure disaster waiting to happen. But yeah, I thought all this, but then I was told, oh, it's kind of normal for this to happen a after you're away from home for quite a bit of time during the summer. So I wouldn't be concerned about it. I didn't. I mean, I got to sleep pretty well the next that night, and also the following night. And then we get to Thursday night, the night before when I was, and well, yeah, this was probably the worst offender so far. I did not get to sleep until, get this, past 4 a.m. I got to sleep this time, but yeah, it was brutal. In fact, I think one thing I was doing that night was just drawing comics in this book. No, you can't see the comics. Cause, no, I don't. I mean, unless you're super duper ultra, I must have every single bit of content that includes the Nanami Adobe. I am not going to provide anything that is in that book. Because, well, yes, some of the comics, because the comics I draw portray me as Nanami Midobe. Which, I, I'd rather not explain why. It's just a silly little joke. I don't even know why, especially when I've got Sansani Hagane. Well, that's the name of a character used to personify Steel 3, but I'm getting off track. Basically, I didn't get to sleep until 4 a.m. Although, one of the benefits of that was that I kind of got a bit of an idea for a comic out of that. No, you're not going to see what I actually make in terms of comic unless you fall into the category of the super duper ultra hyper Nanami Midobe mega fan that absolutely insists he, she, or they must have every single bit of Nanami Madobe content out there. Let me tell you, I'm that kind of person. Okay, what am I doing? Ugh. And yeah, this video's on edited, by the way, so yeah. But luckily, this time I got to sleep. I slept straight line until like 12 a.m. with like some hiccups at like 7:30. Although that's because I have an alarm that goes off then. Wow, what is... Wow, this refresh rate on this... Why is this alarm clock doing about, like... Yeah, you can see. It goes off at 7:30 a.m. I think I had something like that. I thought I had a hiccup at like 10 a.m., but then... It wasn't until like... It wasn't until like 12 in the afternoon. It wasn't until like noon when I got up. Now this time, instead of sleeping like this way, and pretty sure that looking at my bed, which is what I've been showing for most of this video, you're probably seeing something a little different, or unconventional. And I basically have my phone speaker, or my phone right here, and playing music. Because the song that I usually play when to get to sleep didn't actually work this time. I tried another song which worked. In fact, I tried a few different songs, like, for example, my outro song, which didn't work, although I've slept to it before. It's a pretty neat song. Unfortunately, the video that I'm working on, I haven't gone that far into the video that I have to put that song into the video. Because that is the outro song, even though I played that song twice in the first video that I used it in. But I did something a little different, where I basically moved this pillow over to this side of the bed. And had my blankets right here. And also, if we go under here, I wore the sleep shorts for once. And somehow this worked. Which I was kind of surprised. I think I also took off my shirt, but that's a little too much detail. So then going to bed that night, which also yesterday, I got some pretty nice pictures. Like some of these. Oh wait, this video's unedited, I can't show you. But I got some pretty neat pictures, like some of them look like Windows Longhorn build 5112's default background, which is pretty much some blades of grass. But this time, last night, I did the thing again. I used the same strategy to go to bed. Also, if my voice just like kind of sounds like, if my voice kind of sounds like, oh, you know, then I apologize. I have like some sort of, I don't really have the clearest throat right now, so I apologize. But anyway, I used the same strategy. Put the pillow here, although this time I actually kept my shirt on. I had a blanket for right here to lay on, and this blanket to have on top of me, and I basically, a little too much detail, but put my feet in this blanket, because it's a red one, and, well, it's pretty effective, and it's pretty cozy. And it worked. So, my best guess is, this base mattress does not feel very, so I'm going to be sleeping like this. Anyway, that's enough of my long story ramblings on my extras channel for once. Hope you enjoyed this bonus video. I don't usually do stuff like this anymore, so take it for granted.